Hello, welcome back to my channel. Here's another video. I've been wanting to do this video for a while. This video is going to be kind of like behind the scenes and questions about Starbucks. I guess I'm like a sit-down video person now. This video and the last video. No, I'm not really. Vlogging's still my favorite and there will be more vlogs soon. I asked on Instagram and Snapchat like behind the scenes questions, drink questions and stuff like that. I've only had the poll up for like 30 minutes, but just gonna answer them. So we're just gonna jump right into it, I guess. Addy asked, he put his name, so even on yellow. He asked, what's the absolute worst tasting thing they have? This is all gonna be like an opinion video, my opinion. It doesn't mean that like it's rule and this is how it is at all Starbucks or this is how every barista feels. Obviously it's just me. Worst tasting thing. I didn't like a lot of things. Any drink with soy. I do not like Starbucks' soy milk. Is that an answer? Oh, iced coffee. Starbucks' iced coffee is just horrible, I think. I like iced coffee, but not Starbucks's. Cold brew, different story. Love cold brew. What is the caffeine in a refresher? I know that there is caffeine in a refresher, but I don't know what it is. Google might know. Google might know. Favorite iced drink. My favorite iced drink is actually a passion iced tea because it's healthy. It has like 5 calories, I think, and it has 0 grams of sugar. And what I do now, because I don't have a job and I have to spend the least amount of money possible, is I get a tall passion iced tea, no sweetener, no ice, no water, and I get a venti cup of ice, and then I carry around liquid stevia with me, and then I pour the tall cup into the venti cup. Sometimes I bring my personal cup so that I use a little bit less plastic because I know this is 2 cups. I'm sorry, okay, I'm sorry. And then I add my liquid stevia and it's the yummiest, healthiest drink ever, and it's like $2.15, I think. I'll put the real cost right there. And then my favorite hot drink. My favorite hot drink is a seasonal beverage, and it's the chestnut praline latte with coconut milk, but I add whipped cream. The whipped cream with the praline topping, oh my gosh, it's so good. It's pretty sweet, so if you like drinks a little bit less sweet, I would ask for like 2 pumps in a grande instead of 4. I don't know. What questions did they ask in the interview and interview tips? So I was really nervous for my interview because it was my first interview and it was my first job. And I had my interview in my junior year summer, late June. I applied to Starbucks and I talked to the manager. A tip is to ask the Starbucks employee, if you're trying to work at Starbucks, could I talk to your manager and drop off my resume with him or her? Because if you make that initiative, then that's going to prove a lot to the manager and it's going to make them more likely to give you an interview if they see that initiative. I met my manager and he told me that I should tell him a little bit about myself. So on the spot, I was like, I'm a high school student, I'm a good worker, I have work experience, and I would love to work here. And he was like, perfect. Let's do an interview in a few days. And so in my interview, I was very nervous. I wore a white button-up and black jeans with no holes in it and closed-toed shoes. And I went to my interview and I had practiced a little bit by watching YouTube videos about questions, but my interview was like the easiest interview ever. He pretty much said like, what would you do if you saw someone that was breaking code? What would you do? And he asked about my work experience. I told him a little bit about that. He asked how I am working with other people and I told him I love to work with other people. I related it a lot to school projects because I had only been a nanny and like a videographer by myself, and so I had never had other people that I work with, and so I kind of just thought school projects. Just acted with confidence, looked him in the eye, and the next day I was told that I got the job. It was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. There's so many different drinks, there's so many different makes of drinks. The dress code, the dress code is horrible. It's so specific. You have to wear like specific types of material and specific colors. The review on the guide is literally pages long. Like I had to go to Old Navy and buy things that were just for Starbucks, which was a little bit annoying. So that's a few interview tips and how I kind of got the Starbucks job. It's good background. Why did I quit? Why did I quit? So the number one reason why I quit, I worked there from early July to late March. I quit because I started missing these school events, like these senior optional events that you could do, and I was getting really sad about it. I was like, I don't want my job to be my number one priority at this time in my life. I want my friends and my school to be my priority, and my job is holding me back from those things. It was kind of hard to get work off unless I knew more than 3 weeks in advance. A lot of times that doesn't happen with high school events. So I was missing a few events and it was just making me really sad. I just kind of like had a reality check with myself. I was like, last part of my senior year, I want to be here for the whole thing. For my senior year summer I've been out of town so much that it's just not realistic for me to have a job. I was gonna wait until the end of my senior year, but I just did it then, put in my 2 weeks, and I'm so glad that I did. I miss the job sometimes when I go into Starbucks. I'm like, oh, I just want to make that drink. Let me put the pumps in, let me cue the shot. I miss my coworkers and stuff like that. Obviously I miss the money that comes with having a job, but I am ultimately happy with my decision. How much does a barista get paid? This is a great question. Minimum wage. I got paid 30 cents more than minimum wage. I got paid 12 something an hour. That's Oregon's minimum wage as of now. So I did get paid a little bit more than minimum wage, and I did get like a 20-cent raise as I worked there somehow. The tips at my Starbucks were horrible. That's another reason why I quit, actually, because I was putting in the same amount of hours and the same amount of work as my friends who would work at restaurants, but they were getting so much more tips than me, and I was just kind of frustrated. I would get about $20 in tips per week. My best friend Megan would go home with $40 in tips from one night. It's kind of ridiculous how little I got tipped. So whenever you're at Starbucks, please tip the baristas. At cafe stores where you just walk in and order, typically they get tipped a little bit more, but at drive-through stores, they get tipped like way less typically. And mine was a drive-through store and a walk-in store, cafe store, but our parking lot was really small, and so it was mostly a drive-through store. And a lot of people just pay with credit card, and there's not even an option to tip. Whereas like at Dutch or something, they give you the iPad and then they like watch you to see if you're gonna do the $1 tip, or you know. Honestly, if I were to go back in time for money's sake, I would have worked somewhere else if I knew that I was gonna get tipped that small of an amount. Is Starbucks healthy? Anywhere can be healthy. McDonald's can be healthy. They have salads. I would say in general, most of Starbucks' drinks are not healthy at all. There's a lot of high fructose corn syrup. Our white chocolate mocha sauce is just like this big, like thick substance, and all the sauces, like the mochas and a lot of our like Christmas drinks have a lot of high fructose corn syrup, a lot of sugar. There's sugar in every single one of the milks. You cannot get a sugar-free drink with milk in it. Also, don't ask Starbucks employees how much calories or how much grams of sugar or how many grams of sugar are in our drinks. We don't know. It does not say it on the back of our label, but our app says it. So if you want to know the exact nutritional facts of your drinks, go on the Starbucks app and it tells you in detail. Favorite part about working at Starbucks? Making drinks in the morning, because time goes by super quickly. Least favorite part about working there? Rude customers. The rudest customer that I had threw a straw and a coaster at me. He was like, do I look like I need garbage? And then threw it at me through the window. Easiest drink to make and most annoying. Easiest drink to make, iced coffee. And most annoying drink, definitely frappuccinos. So let's do one more. What is your favorite drink? This is so basic and you guys are gonna be so disappointed, but my favorite drink is a grande iced caramel macchiato in a venti cup with extra ice and coconut milk. Okay, I'll just give you guys some tips that like weren't asked, but I just wanted to tell you guys. Getting light ice is super beneficial in like iced drinks, like an iced passion tea, a refresher, things like that. But getting light ice in like a espresso drink, like a iced latte or something like that, you're just getting more milk. You're just getting more calories. You're not getting any more espresso or syrup. You're literally just getting more milk. So it's only like milking it down. Like I wanted to say watering it down, but you know. So I would only get light ice in like non-espresso drinks. Then you're actually getting more tea or more refresher or more iced coffee, you know? If you're thinking about working at Starbucks, I would say it's a great job. I would work at a cafe store because you get more tips there typically. Starbucks also offers a online college program through Arizona State, and they will pretty much pay for your college after you've worked there for a certain amount of months. If you want to do online college, I would definitely recommend working at Starbucks and having them pay for that for you. That's about all. Well, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a like and subscribe down below. And I hope that you're having a wonderful, wonderful day, and thank you for watching again, and bye-bye.